Hey YouTube, it is Sunday, April 2nd, 2023, 11:35 a.m. It's 0 degrees, feeling like -4. And just about to get on 47B Lansdowne on 8382. I think this is the right bus. Looks like it is. Thank you. So yeah, I was on the 47A earlier. This seems to be the 3521. I wasn't on that bus, but I was on the other bus. And now we're heading further north. When I got on the bus at Queen in Lansdowne, it was going apparently just to St. Clair, and I didn't see that when I got on because I wasn't planning to take the route. So anyway, enjoy this ride and thank you for watching. As you can see, guys, the usual spots that I sit in to my left and right are currently occupied. So unless someone gets off, I am kind of stuck in this spot here. Even though I'd prefer the window seat, I see that there is one up ahead, but I'm going to just stay where I am here now because I have seen some of y'all film the buses from this view here, so this actually looks kind of interesting. And I remember sometimes in the summertime when I would film buses on, I don't know, maybe 45 Kipling or 44 South or the 944, I would sit in this particular spot, and on the OG7s and 8s, you know, this one here doesn't have it because it's different, but the vents behind us here, can't show you right now because I'm too close to people, but it would be like a little bit of air flowing onto you, which felt like, kind of like air conditioning. And I remember my hair getting kind of cooled off because it was so hot outside. So again, I feel like I'm in Europe when I'm traveling in York, and it's very cool. I like these hills. I mean, if I lived in this area here, I'd always be walking up and down these hills. So that's really cool. But the area that I live in, I don't have these hills. It's kind of just sort of flat. Not as flat as Saskatchewan, though. I mean, I hear that Saskatchewan is very flat. And I actually have relatives that are from Saskatchewan. And it's one place that I would definitely love to visit one day. Back in January of this year, there was a fire around, where was it? I don't know, the Eglinton West area. And I remember Alex gets around to you. He was reporting around the same time I was recording, so I was further down from the area where he was, and thankfully everybody was okay. But I do remember not knowing anything about it at the time, seeing the 32 Eglinton buses being diverted right at this point at Caledonia and Rogers Road. So that's really something that I remember. It was pretty recently, so only 3 months ago that happened. And I made a lot of videos out of that. I made some shorts videos, and I think I even used some based upon the area of Eglinton West. I used some artists that were Jamaican, like, for example, Althea and Donna. They have a song, oh my god, what's it called? It's from 1978, and Uptown Ranking it's called. So I think I used that in my shorts video. If you want to check it out, you can check it out in my shorts library back in the mid to earlier part of January of 2023. So yeah, we're on Caledonia Road, and I've just had a cup of coffee recently, so I'm feeling quite chatty right now. I guess the caffeine is affecting my brain, my ADHD brain. And actually, Kitchener Avenue, I'm kind of a little bit sad going by this area because, as you guys know, as I mentioned previously, I have relatives that are buried in this section of Prospect Cemetery. So we'll just leave it at that. And, you know, they're always with us, but you miss them. And Prospect Cemetery is just to the right of this area. And yeah, but this is Kitchener and Caledonia Road, and it's very convenient. I remember going years ago to this area and taking this specific bus to visit those relatives that are in their afterlife in this area. So anyway, God bless them. Eglinton Avenue West and also Bowie Avenue. So this is really cool. I'm thinking of David Bowie, and I'm also thinking of Bowie, this really cute little bird that actually is on YouTube, and I'm remembering Bowie. Now I also like this part of this route here because I do remember very many years ago, like possibly the late 1970s, going on a trolley bus here with my mom and my sisters. I'm positive that this route, the 47, was, because I've seen pictures of it online, guys. It was a flyer bus. I guess, were they called New Flyers back then? I guess they were. And they were trolley buses, which service ended in 1992 to 1993 approximately. It could have been 91, but between 92 to 93, the trolley bus service sadly ended. And I lived around Ossington and Bloor many years ago, and also Dufferin and Bloor, but I don't think the Dufferin buses were ever trolley buses, but I do know that the Ossington buses definitely were trolley buses, and you can see pictures of them. Even I've used them in some of my shorts videos, as well as just looking them up through main search engines. You can see those amazing trolley buses. So we are still on Caledonia Road in this very fancy part of town with all of these like designer things, like, you know, for kitchens and, you know, upgrading your bathroom or like fashions and things. So it's a very fascinating part of Toronto to travel through, and it's pretty cool. I think I'm probably going to take this bus as far as Lawrence, and then most likely I will go westbound towards the west, of course, because we're still in the west. I miss traveling in the west from being in East York and Scarborough, and every time I'm being there in those areas, just can't wait to get back to Etobicoke and the West End. How much I prefer those areas where I live and the West End to going to Scarborough and East York. It's not to knock it in any way, it's just different, and it's far. And when you don't drive, you know, kind of like being back in your old area. Things have changed in the last 3 years. It's not the way it used to be in 2020. Before 2020, life was a little different, and it's better in many ways, but also just different. And now we're passing Tycho's Drive, and this is a cool area to check out tons of different like things, like for example different fashions, latest fashions. You can get discounts on all kinds of things, bath items, bed items, bedding, sheets, linens, you name it. It's just a fantastic place to go to check those things out. And if we were to go further to the right, which would be east, you would be reaching Dufferin Street, so that's cool.
Next stop, Glengrove Avenue.
We'll be getting off here at Lawrence Avenue West. Thank you. We are just off the 8382 on the 47B 47B Lansdowne bus.